So this will be a medium-sized article with a picture. Thank you, Molly, for agreeing to chat with me.
Well, I didn't really agree. My boss told me in no uncertain terms to meet with you.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Please accept.
It's fine. We're here. Let's do this.
You're still working?
Yes. I'm single now, and I'm an event planner at the Hilton.
What a great job.
It may sound more glamorous than it really is.
Have you always been in hotel services?
Not officially. For 25 years, I was a mother.
Of course.
I don't really think it's all that much of a story, but I'll tell you, it's micro.
And it starts?
The children were all teenagers.
Children? How many?
3, 2 boys and a girl. And they all loved Christmas, especially the presents. But it became a bit of a business with them, I'm sorry to say. They kept very detailed records of what each family member gave them every year and would make their after-Christmas buying projections based on their budgeted spreadsheets and their accounts receivables averages.
Oh my, merry little money managers.
Yes, it was the 80s and it was all about growth and expansion and being wild.
I would have loved to have been a teenager in the 80s. The music and the styles were so outrageous.
Molly, how late's Walmart open?
Steve, what are you doing here? I thought you were going to Christmas shop until you dropped.
The mall's a madhouse right now. There's lines outside the door, people crowded everywhere, almost got into a fist fight.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, with this old lady.
Steve!
She was an expert. No one else called her out on it, but I did.
This is not very Christmas spirity.
Geriatric grenadier stood her ground when I confronted her. She had the nerve, get this, to play senile.
What did you do?
I left. I handed my hard search for merchandise to the clerk/referee and I bailed.
Just give me your list and I'll shop for the things during the day.
No, I don't want you to have to do everything. You cook, you shop, you wrap. I want to participate in some small degree. Just so on the morning of Christmas, I can have the joy of knowing what's in at least 1/10 of the boxes.
All right. I think Walmart's open until 10, but is that really where you want to go?
I don't know. Did the old ladies who shop there wear football cleats?
Worse, they have Ginzu sharp knitting needles.
And Molly, what's with the traffic? Who are these people? Who they bribe at the DMV to get their licenses?
People are just preoccupied trying to get all the things on their lists in time.
And what's with my car? Do I have a homing device that says, if lost, get in front of Steve's car?
And there may be people out and about who don't get out very often.
And I'm willing to do the walk a mile out so I can park in peace thing, but you know you are 1 mile from the mall parking places? We're already pilfered.
I hate to say it.
Don't tell me it's my fault that I waited till the last minute. It's December 15th.
Part of the problem is your schedule, honey. You and the rest of the workforce are out at night trying to get all your shopping done. It's impossible.
Okay, so what am I supposed to do? Take the day off work so I can go shopping in 15-minute lines instead of 65-minute lines? Well, how am I supposed to pay for lessons, braces, pep rallies, proms, pizzas, and oh yes, gifts?
I'll go get my purse.
I'll go and put cool water in the car so it doesn't overheat while we sit in traffic.
So your husband clearly hates Christmas.
No, just certain aspects of commercialized Christmas.
I can see that. He did want to be an active participant in the gift giving and selection process. What does he do?
He was an architect, and then he retired.
Sorry, I'm getting you off of the story.
Oh, yeah. Later that week, our son Neil had a wrestling tournament at his school. Steve and I went. Steve also coached Little League, so all the boys knew him and loved him.
In spite of his rantings?
Oh, they never saw any tirades like that. Those were just for my enjoyment.
So you both went to the tournament?
You still haven't told me what you want for Christmas.
This visiting team's quite good. They're wiry, scrawny, but determined.
I can't believe how tall our Neil is.
I don't really think I need anything.
Steven, I cannot go through another Christmas and not have at least a few gifts for you.
Okay, a tie.
You have hundreds of ties.
People always compliment me on the ties you give me.
Do you need any shirts?
You know more than I would. Why is Neil coming over here?
Hey guys, we're killing this team and I feel so bad.
Hi, honey.
I don't know where this school is that they're from, but they don't have uniforms. And here we are all decked out.
Well, they're good. They're just not as good as you guys.
They don't even have ear guards.
Well, maybe they haven't needed them since they encountered your team.
They're gonna get cauliflower ears.
Not if y'all keep pinning them right away.
Oh, Neil, maybe you should get back there and concentrate. It looks like your match is up.
They started out all confident, and now they're all dejected.
Dejected?
Yeah. Trying to use the new words we've learned?
Good. Why don't you get back there and win your match before you get ejected?
Thinking about throwing the match, Dad.
Don't you dare.
How would you feel, son, if you knew that your opponent threw the match?
Sort of bad, I guess.
Are you already growing out of that brand new uniform?
I wish.
This visiting team is the living, breathing personification of threadbare.
Maybe it's a style choice?
Those are not even the right shoes for wrestling. And they're being held together with the laces wrapped around the outside of the shoes.
You don't think he'd really throw his match, do you?
I don't think so. I don't know. He's a funny kid.
Yes. Not unlike his father.
Did he throw his match?
At first, it looked like he was going to, but then he rallied and won. But in my heart, and I know Stephen agreed with me, we know he let that other kid get some points so they'd have some sense of pride.
And this all figures into your story somehow?
Oh, very much so.
I'm all ears.
The next week, I was shopping for Stephen during the daytime when the mall was only mildly manic. Some years, I would get inspired and find ties that were truly unique and would make people who work at an architectural firm take notice. But I wasn't having much luck.
I know what that's like.
I kept flashing back to that wrestling match and how both Stephen and Neil had commented on the other team's outfits. And then it hit me. The inspiration I was looking for. I put the merchandise back and I left.
What did you do?
I drove to a sporting goods store that was having a huge sale and I bought shoes for wrestling in all sizes and some singlets and some ear guards. And while I was doing this, I felt exhilarated. Even on sale, these things were not cheap, but I didn't care. It just seemed right somehow. I drove forever to get to that school, found the PE department, and made my donation to the wrestling team. They thought I was crazy at first, but they eventually accepted the donation.
You really did that?
Yes, and before I got out of my car at that school, I took a Polaroid of our station wagon filled to the brim with wrestling paraphernalia.
How did you tell Stephen and Neil?
Not right away. I wanted to tell them in a special way. And it was Christmas Eve, and the kids had finally gone to bed, and Stephen and I were being Santa.
Even though you had 3 teenagers, did you still set out milk and cookies for Santa?
No. I still hadn't decided how I was going to tell Stephen what I'd done. I placed the receipts and the Polaroid in a small white envelope and placed it near the top of the tree. I was thinking I would give Stephen the Polaroid as a gift, wrap it up, but...
Eggnog from Mr. and Mrs. Claus. We deserve it.
Thank you, honey.
Oh, it's beautiful as ever. You're such a magician with ribbon. They're works of art. Seems like such a shame we have to unravel them.
I didn't wrap yours.
Oh, no? Is it something to eat?
No.
You gonna sing and dance for me?
No, it's here and tangible.
Oh, it's like a treasure hunt. I gotta find it.
Oh, stop it. It's up there, near the top of the tree.
That small white envelope?
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead and open it? It's after midnight.
Really? Ooh, okay. Am I missing something here?
I wanted to find you something unique and something that would make you happy. I bought all that stuff and gave it to that wrestling team with their ragtag outfits. That's your gift.
Molly, really? This is the best gift ever. You know what I'd like? I'd like to take this envelope and put it back up in the tree with the Polaroid, and we could save it as the last gift with the kids.
Okay. Did you look at the receipt?
Yes,
And it's okay?
it is so very okay. You're amazing. I'm gonna go walk the dog and we can turn in. I'm so excited, I feel like a kid. I can't wait until the kids. I hope Buster can walk on air because that's where Alicia and I will be.
Not micro, Molly.
It was just one little gesture.
What did the kids think?
Well, we didn't tell them right away, as Stephen requested. And even though it was quite a commotion and it was a ribbon tissue frenzy, the kids were cognizant enough to ask where Stephen's gift from me was. I told them it was very special and that we were saving it for the end. The children were genuinely touched, particularly Neil.
Mom, this is the best Christmas gift ever. You rock.
And the next year and the following years, I continued to give Stephen gifts like that.
Always teams? Was it a sports thing?
No, all sorts of... Unfortunately, there was no shortage of people who needed something.
Of course. Molly, that's great.
And as the children grew older, the gifts they received grew less important as they anxiously awaited my gift to Stephen, which was always in a small white envelope near the top of the tree.
Molly, your boss was right. This is a great story. I'm sure we'll publish it. But what happened to Stephen? You said you're alone now.
Several years later, he lost his battle with cancer right around Thanksgiving. And even though I was prepared for it and the children had all grown and flown the coop, I still managed to put the tree up. And on Christmas morning, when I came downstairs, all alone for the first time, I saw something small and white near the top of the tree. I put my glasses on and looked up there, and it was 3 small white envelopes. The children had all followed my tradition and given a similar gift to their father. And to this day, that tradition continues.